Alright guys, once again welcome back to the channel. If you are new, my name is Jasur, recently relocated to Hong Kong. I am the founder, legal representative of a corporate consultancy, JRN firm. We help foreign companies, entrepreneurs enter the Chinese market and a bunch of other countries. Check out our website for the services. If you are interested, get in touch with us or book a call with me. Now, as you can see from the title, just a brief video on living in Hong Kong compared to Shanghai. I lived in Shanghai for almost 15 years, as most of you know, and recently relocated to Hong Kong. So I have this unique situation where I can compare both places fully. Now, I want to start from housing, accommodation. Well, I'm climbing up, so excuse my heavy breathing here, because I've been walking like 15 minutes now and it's climbing up. Very beautiful. Now, accommodation, housing. We decided to rent a house, just like I was renting in Shanghai. In Shanghai, I showed my house briefly. You can find that video. For 4-bedroom, like 3-bathroom with basement, massive house in Qingpu, we were paying almost 1,800 USD if you convert it into USD. Now, here in Hong Kong, the space is very similar, although I would say it's slightly smaller. Why? Because it doesn't have basement in Hong Kong. None of the houses, they have basement. So no basement, but we still have 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 3 floors, entire house. Guess how much we are paying in this area? Well, I can give you the broader kind of district. I'm not going to give you the exact address, but broadly speaking, we are in a place called Clearwater Bay of Hong Kong. Clearwater Bay is where you can start renting or buying decent houses, and most of the residents here, homeowners or tenants, they are mostly foreigners. So we are paying almost $5,000 USD. Almost $5,000 USD. Now, of course, compared to Shanghai, you have better atmosphere here. As you can see, a beautiful place for hiking. There are multiple beaches. We have 2 over there, 2 over here, and kayaking place. Compared to mainland China, of course, you have a lot of freedom in terms of internet. You don't need VPN anymore. In China, you constantly need that. It's not that expensive to have your VPN, don't get me wrong. It just, over time, it becomes so annoying. But still, I'm not complaining. I love China. I still keep my apartment, by the way. We terminated the agreement for the house, but I started renting an office, also an apartment in Shenzhen now, just to be closer. From Hong Kong to Shenzhen is literally like you know, from our place is actually by car, it's around half an hour to the railway station, Kowloon railway station, and from there it's just half an hour to Shenzhen. So I'm keeping my place still in China. That's the situation, guys. Now this is housing. Next I want to talk about, okay, I'm going to turn now. I want to talk about next food. Food is comparatively expensive as well in Hong Kong. The reason is, of course, Hong Kong imports most of the food. That starts from, let's say, fruits, vegetables, or also like different sorts of groceries. You talk about like I don't know, even bread. Sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time actually, when you go to supermarket, the bread is like either from Australia or Japan. A lot of Japanese products. Very rarely you see in supermarkets, at least, you see local products. Very, very rarely. Of course, there are some open markets you can choose, and that the prices in open markets, like fresh markets, the prices kind of similar, I would say, to Shanghai, but generally, overall speaking, Hong Kong is much more expensive. Just to give you an example, let's pick a loaf of bread, for example. A loaf of bread in China, in you know, mid-range supermarket, let's say Metro is a German supermarket chain, or you can go to Carrefour, French supermarket chain. A loaf of bread with 10 slices is going to cost you around 12 yuan, something like this. 12 yuan is not even $2, because $1 is 7 yuan, 7.2 sometimes. So let's just assume it's 7, right? So $2 is going to be 14 yuan. But you know, a loaf of bread you get for 12, 11 even sometimes. Cheaper Chinese supermarkets, you get it for like 6, 8. That means like $1, okay, almost. In here, forget about that. Here, bread prices start from 25 Hong Kong dollars. Now, you know, let's just, for simplicity reasons, we pick, we just assume it's yuan, okay, not Hong Kong dollars, because, you know, too much calculation here. I don't want to do that. Let's assume that it's 25 RMB, okay, because Hong Kong dollar and RMB, Chinese yuan, they're pretty similar. You know, they're a minor difference, okay, in rate. So 25 RMB is, it's the starting point. It's the like cheapest price that I at least discovered. Now we are staying here for 2 months now. But of course, this is not my first time. I've been on and off Hong Kong due to work, business for like last 10 years, actually. I've been here many times. But once you start living, of course, this is entirely different situation. So you go to different supermarkets, you discover, you visit different districts, etc. Right? So far I haven't seen you know, cheaper than $25 25 yuan for loaf of bread, for example. But of course there are some cheaper products as well, like for example imported sausages, like for example Canadian, Australian, even like American, very cheap, very cheap. I saw some for if you convert it, I saw some for 1 USD, very good like I don't know if you heard like the brand name called Frank's. I don't know if they're good or bad. I'm just sharing some facts here, okay? We don't consume sausages anyway, but it's just, you know, out of curiosity, because in China you don't usually see that many variety of meat products which are imported. Most of the meat products in China are local, because of course massive country, and you can easily, you know, as a foreigner even, you can start. In fact, we have clients, we help them start their company, and they import meat from Australia, New Zealand, Argentina, Brazil, and they sell it in Chinese market. They have a small meat processing place, cold room. So yeah, I mean, overall China offers that kind of opportunity for businesses, so that therefore a lot of products are produced locally. Now what else? Fruit. I mentioned in the beginning, actually, up there, fruit and vegetables. I mean, yeah, like vegetables and fruit, like fresh produce. Most of them, the ones I saw, imported, at least good quality ones. Because I usually go to supermarket here, a supermarket called Fusion, and there's another one like near the MTR station. There's another one called Welcome. So we go, just, you know, we usually go to these two supermarkets, and there you can see a lot of imported stuff, basically, mostly coming from Australia, UK, American products, obviously. But yeah, what else? Like alcohol, if you consume, wine, again, most of it from outside of Hong Kong. But this is something I, you know, paid attention to, because I sometimes consume red wine. So compared to China, they are cheaper here. Probably because, I would say, because of the tax system, because in China import tax and tariffs, they are much higher usually, but in here, Hong Kong being like tax-free region, there's no like VAT here, and for most of the types of products, actually, we know it firsthand, because, you know, we help businesses establish. We do it firsthand. We establish businesses, we register companies with tax department and custom department here. So that's why it's not something, you know, I observed after coming here, but it is something that we accumulated, you know, over the years, this knowledge. I can tell you Hong Kong, because for many types of products, Hong Kong doesn't have tax when you import them and when you sell them in the local market. It's a very small market, 7 million something population, very small, but purchasing power is extremely high, obviously, compared to most of the cities of China. Of course, it can be you know, quite comparable to Shanghai, high-end cities like Shenzhen, where purchasing power is very high as well. But yeah, that's the whole actually point of, you know, considering starting a company in Hong Kong as well. And of course, in mainland China, I always like recommend the Shanghai and tier 1 cities. Why? Because purchasing power is high. So okay, we're not gonna distance too much from the topic. So therefore, because of this tax situation, almost to none, most of the alcohol and some beverages, even non-alcoholic beverages, they're cheap compared to China. China is not a tax-free country, so they impose a lot of taxes and tariffs, especially now to US products, like reciprocal tariffs. So that's the situation, guys. And you know, different products, really, like, I love the quality here because of the, I mean, variety and quality, because of, you know, this the whole general, you know, situation with the import and not being able to produce locally. So naturally you have a lot of choice here compared to China. Of course, from business perspective, economics perspective, maybe like consumer products are not probably making contributing a lot to the local economy, but still, because they are mostly imported. But still, from consumers perspective, you have a lot of different choices, many different products. Wow, look at this. Yeah, it's about the rain. Let me show you actually the water, what I'm talking about. Here you can see. All right, so it's going to rain pretty soon. This is why I love living here. Really, because most of the things, they are left in their natural state, unlike mainland. Because in mainland there are some hiking trails, of course, we went to many, but anywhere you go, there is the involvement of the government, like pavements, like trails. Even in trails, like concrete trails. In here, actually, you see these mountains that are like really like wild trails. No government involvement whatsoever. So we can hear some thunderstorm here now. Okay, there's water here. You see, kayak place. This is where we live. Okay, now this is overall kind of information, guys, just the general information. Yeah, almost forgot, I want to include education as well, very surprisingly, because I mentioned our kids, we experienced both Chinese local government school, and also we experienced international school. We used to send our kid to French school in Shanghai, where tuition fee is almost 280,000 yuan a year. You can convert that, it's almost like 30 something, $35,000 or something like that a year. And that was a decent school. And of course, public school was very cheap. Used to pay approximately 3,000 yuan a year, if I'm not mistaken, but that was a long time ago. Here, public school are almost similar, very, very cheap, next to nothing. You don't pay almost anything, but no space, just like China. You have to really prepare in advance, apply in advance. But international schools, surprisingly, very cheap. I take it back, not very cheap, comparatively cheaper, comparatively, compared to China, obviously. For example, same French school, it costs almost 220 in yuan, 220k yuan, where in mainland we used to pay 280,000 almost, including bus, all the different extra costs. So you see, there is a little bit of difference. In here you pay almost 220k, slightly cheaper. Okay, and I checked like British, American schools as well, also slightly cheaper than mainland China. Driving, we haven't bought any car yet, but I checked the prices compared to China, around $5,000–6,000 cheaper. I believe this is also something to do with the tax situation, because most of the cars here, I would say 100%, again, take it back, say 100%, they are imported, because Hong Kong doesn't produce, as far as I know, any cars. But there are some Chinese cars, but Chinese cars are high-end. Actually, I bought recently one of the Chinese electric cars, electric vehicles. I still have that in mainland China. I parked there. So that was how much I paid. That was around $40,000. So similar car here. Well, now it's a windy. It's a really windy. It's a rubbish place. So anyway, the same car, same price in here. So Chinese cars, what I'm saying is they are expensive in Hong Kong than buying, let's say, imported car. Imported cars are much cheaper here. Like most famous car brand is Tesla. There we go. Everywhere you go, you see Tesla. Alright guys, this is the kayak place. This is where we stay. Okay. Well, excuse me, I'm not going to, show my house for security reasons, but still, this is our neighborhood basically. Okay. One of these houses I stay. So here, very beautiful. Usually this, water comes and goes. Now it's like low, I don't know how to describe it, low level now. Well, later on the water level is going to rise. You can see there, their line, so it goes up there, and it happens several times a day, I observed. And yeah, very good atmosphere. Partially why relocated to Hong Kong. To be honest, this is not the main reason, of course. Main reason is business. Working on the physical office here, GRN firm, our corporate legal consultancy. We've been operating in Hong Kong for quite some time, but as I mentioned, we didn't have our physical office. Now I'm actually working on it here, hiring a team, etc. So that's why fully based here. But yeah, I mean, here you have it. General information for people who are considering, or comparing China to Hong Kong. You can, maybe rent or buy a house or flat in downtown as well. Prices in downtown of Hong Kong, they are pretty similar, not very different. I mean, if you are at least looking for like 3-4 bedroom apartment, just like us. I mean, ours is house now, but if you're looking at if you're looking for similar space, then same price. You're looking at minimum 4,000 to 4,500 USD if you convert it into USD. Okay. Smaller houses start from 15,000 Hong Kong dollars, 16,000 Hong Kong dollars in downtown. Maybe 2-bedroom apartments, flats basically, and high-rise buildings. But if you need more, you have to pay more, obviously. Hello, how are you guys? So what else? Yeah, I mean, I think I covered almost everything. Yeah, office. Although when you register a company in Hong Kong, unlike China, you don't need to rent an office, because having there we go, thunderstorm again. Having a virtual office, virtual address, not office, virtual address in Hong Kong is legal. You can also open a bank account, fintech bank account with that, but of course traditional banks, they require a physical office. But in case you decide to rent an office prices, of course, expensive than mainland China. In here, let's say, I don't know the square feet, but I can give you like perspective with regards to like people. Maybe 2 people office. Okay, 2 people office, it's going to be approximately 15 square meters. Maybe you're looking at least $900 to $1,000 a month. So that's the situation. Okay. All right, guys. Video is too long, I think. Almost 25 minutes now. So get in touch, send us an email, leave the questions in the comments or book a call, and we'll discuss your business. Thank you. See you in the next one.